नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम अम्मा बअद. By the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, now we have reached one of the most beautiful pairs of surahs in the Quran. That is Surah Al-MUZAMIL and Surah Al-MUDASSIR. Both start in the same way because the literal meanings of Muzammil and Mudassir are the same. One who is lying down wrapped in some cloak or in some blanket. Now actually what was this? This depicts and denotes a period of deep reflection and thought in which Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was engaged. Before the beginning of Wahi, he was engaged in deep thought about what this universe is. Who am I? Why is there injustice in this world? Why are people going wrong? In the loneliness of the cave of Hira, what did he do? كان صفة تعبده في غار الحراء التفكر والاعتبار. Contemplation, thinking, pondering. This was the state of affairs when the first Wahi came. Now after that, he was still in that condition of deep reflection and thought. And it was the habit of the Arabs. Whenever they were engrossed in some deep thought, they would take some cloak or some blanket and wrap around them and lie down in some corner and thinking, lonely. So the condition of the Prophet still remained the same. Now the major issue was, what a burden has come to me. What will happen to me? What is this mission that has been entrusted to me? How can I fulfill the requirements? So this was the thought. In this background, both these surahs appear. And you will find the same word of command. Ya ayyuhal muzammil qum. Ya ayyuhal mudassir qum. Now give up this contemplation and thought and now stand up and start your mission. This is the background of these two words. So let us begin. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها المزمل. O the one enfolded in your robes. Qum, stand up. Qum al-layla. Keep standing the whole night. Illa qalila, except a small part of it. Nisfahu, half of it. Aw inqus minhu qalila, or you can diminish out of it somewhat. Aw zid alayhi, or add something to the half. And what do? Rattilil Qur'an tartila. Keep on reciting Quran, bit by bit, slowly. Hammer it down. This is the third Wahi that came to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The first Wahi, the 5 ayat in the beginning of Surah Al-Alaq. Iqra bismi rabbika allazi khalaq. Khalaqal insana min alaq. Iqra wa rabbukal akram. Allazi allama bil qalam. Allama al insana ma lam ya'lam. The second Wahi, 7 ayat of Surah Al-Qalam. We read yesterday, last night. Noon wal qalami wa ma yasturun. Ma anta bi ni'mati rabbika bi majnoon. وَإِنَّ لَكَ لَأَجْرًا غَيْرَ مَمْنُونٍ وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَىٰ خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ فَسَتُبْصِرُ وَيُبْصِرُونَ بِأَيِّكُمُ الْمَفْتُونُ إِنَّ رَبَّكَ هُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِمَنْ ضَلَّ عَنْ سَبِيلِهِ وَهُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِالْمُهْتَدِينَ. Third Wahi is this. Oh, the one lying wrapped down in your cloak, keep vigilant, keep standing the whole night, except a little of it, half of it. Or you can diminish a bit, that is at least 1/3. or you add so that it becomes 2/3 of the night. And what we do, recite the Quran distinctly and in slow and mere tone. And how much Quran was revealed up till that time? What did it mean? Repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. Go on repeating. This is what I call hammering down. Hammer it down. It should be absorbed in each and every cell of your body. This will give you the strength for the mission that is going to be entrusted to you. You are already, as regards basic human morality, you are already on a very high pedestal. But for this mission, something else is needed. And you have to gather that strength, spiritual strength, in order to be able to fulfill the requirements of this mission. And that you will get from Quran. Hammer it down. Inna sanulqi alayka qawlan saqila. Soon we are going to cast upon you a very heavy word, a very hard task. What that word and task is going to be, that you will find in the next surah, Al-MUDASSIR. Inna nashiyat al-layli hiya ashaddu wat'an wa aqwamu qila. Surely, this keeping vigilant during the night is very effective in trampling the animal self of a man. This id and libido, the animal instincts, you have to trample over them. And this keeping awake during the night is very effective. And aqwamu qila. And in that, when you are alone in the stillness of night, calm, no noise, no disturbance, and then you are standing before your Lord and having a conversation. So now each word that comes out of your mouth goes straight. Aqwamu qila. There's no hindrance, no bar, no barrier. Inna laka fin nahari sabhan tawila. Verily, during the day, you have a prolonged occupation. You have to go out, go about, meet people. And you have to discharge other duties also. So this is the time, night is actually, which is the most effective part. And you devote it at least 1/3, maybe 2/3, but normally half of it. And when we started this program, on the first day I told you that this Qiyam Ramadan, when the Prophet says, Man sama Ramadana, ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min zambi, wa man qama Ramadana. This Sama Ramadan and Qama Ramadan, they are parallel. You keep fast during the whole of the day. And Qama Ramadana, only 1 hour of the Tarawih. Is it sufficient? No. The same, at least 1/3, half, maybe if you can, 2/3 of the night. That is the Qiyam according to the Quran. Otherwise, And when the Prophet said, As-siyamu wal-Quranu yashfa'ani lil-abd. This fasting and keeping awake and standing during the night, both will intercede before the Lord on the day of judgment on behalf of the persons who are doing it. Yaqulu siyamu, ay Rabb, mana'tuhu ta'ama wa shahawat bil-nahar. The Psalm, the Siyam, the fasting will say, oh my Lord, I kept this servant of yours from eating and drinking and other things during the day. Fashafani fi, accept my intercession on his behalf. And Quran will say, Yaqul Quran, Manatuhu Nawma bil-layl. I kept him away from sleeping during the night. Fashafani fi. So accept my intercession on his behalf. And the Prophet said, Fayushaffa'an. Both. The intercession of both will be accepted. So this keeping away from sleep, is it for 1 hour, Taraweeh, does this fulfill the purpose? Not at all. But this is good that Hazrat Umar decided about it. Not every person can do it. It is correct. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't make it obligatory. But whosoever can do, whosoever can take 1 month off, let him pass that 1 month with Quran out of the 12 months of the year. Let him keep 1 month exclusive for Quran. This can be done. Generally speaking, all the servants of the government, etc., they are given 1 month leave. You don't go for any recreation, etc., etc. You recreate your spirituality through Quran during that month. Possible. But Allah be thanked, some of the brothers have been at least keeping awake for at least 1/3 or half of the night with us, alhamdulillah. Maybe this proves to be beneficial for them. وَاذْكُرِ اسْمَ رَبِّكَ وَتَبَتَّلْ إِلَيْهِ تَبْتِيلًا. This is very beautiful, this address to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam at a very personal level. And O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, always keep remembering our name. Keep remembering the name of your Lord. وَتَبَتَّلْ إِلَيْهِ تَبْتِيلًا. And devote yourself wholly and solely to Him. That is, completely detached from all others. Completely disconnecting all hopes from anybody else except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This tabattul is something very great. Don't have any hope from any other person. All your hopes to Allah. This is tabattul. Come close to Him. Disconnected from the others. Not the way that you go to some cave and sit there and give up this society. No. You be with them. But when you are with them, be with Allah. This is tabattul. Rabbul Mashriqi wal Maghribi la ilaha illa huwa. He is the Lord of the East and the Lord of the West. There is no God except He. Fattakhizhu wakila. So you take Him as your guardian. Tawakkul on Allah only and only. Cut off all the hopes from others. Focus your hopes on Allah. Cut off your trust from all others. Focus your trust in Allah. وَاصْبِرْ عَلَى مَا يَقُولُونَ. And bear patiently what they are saying about you. They are saying he has gone mad, gone crazy. Maybe he has been possessed by some evil spirit. He says some angel came to me when I was there in Hira. Maybe some demon, maybe some evil spirit has come. Listen it and take it patiently. وَهْجُرْهُمْ هَجْرًا جَمِيلًا. And leave their company, but in a beautiful way. In Surah Ma'arij we read, وَاصْبِرْ صَبْرًا جَمِيلًا. Endure, but this endurance should be in a very beautiful way. In the same way, you disconnect yourself, but in a beautiful way. Not fighting with them, quarreling with them, no. وَذَرْنِي وَالْمُكَذِّبِينَ أُولِي النَّعْمَةِ. And leave me and these who are belying you, who have been given luxuries and comforts of life. مَهِّلْهُمْ قَلِيلًا. Give them respite. Don't think that immediately their cases should be settled and judgment should be passed. No. مَهِّلْهُمْ قَلِيلًا. Give them respite. إِنَّ لَدَيْنَا أَنْكَالًا وَجَحِيمًا. We can deal with them when the time comes. We have the heavy fetters for them and a raging fire already prepared for them. وَطَعَامًا وَضَعَ غُصَّةٍ. And for them we have the food that will choke their throats. That is zaqum. وَعَذَابًا أَلِيمًا. And a very painful chastisement. يَوْمَ تَرْجُفُ الْأَرْضُ وَالْجِبَالِ. when the day on which the earth and the mountains will shake like anything. وَكَانَتِ الْجِبَالُ كَثِيبًا مَهِيلًا, and the mountains will become like a sleeping sand, heap of sand, not hard, just the flowing and sleeping sand. إِنَّا أَرْسَلْنَا إِلَيْكُمْ رَسُولًا شَاهِدًا عَلَيْكُمْ. Surely, O people of Makkah, O Quraysh, O the people of the Arabian Peninsula, we have sent towards you a messenger to be a witness against you on the day of judgment. He will testify on the day of judgment. O Allah, your message, which came to me through Jibreel, I had conveyed it to the people. Now they are responsible. كَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا إِلَىٰ فِرْعَوْنَ رَسُولًا. Just as we had sent to Fir'aun a messenger, that is Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. فَعَصَىٰ فِرْعَوْنُ الرَّسُولَ. But Fir'aun disobeyed the messenger. فَأَخَذْنَاهُ أَخْذًا وَبِيلًا. So we seized him with a severe seizure, drowned them all. فَكَيْفَ تَتَّقُونَ إِن كَفَرْتُمْ. So now, if you belie and reject Muhammad, how will you be saved? If Fir'aun could not be saved, the king of Egypt, who was claimed to be God, Ana Rabbukumul A'la, he was drowned. فَكَيْفَ تَتَّقُونَ. How will you be saved? In kafartum, if you also take to the same attitude of rejecting our messenger. يَوْمًا يَجْعَلُ الْوِلْدَانَ شِيبًا. On the day which will make the children old, grey-haired. Long day. And we have read the opinion, according to some of the mufassirin, this khamsuna alfa जो है सूरह मारिज में आया है, मिक़दारुहु खमसीना अल्फ़ सना, that is for the day of judgment. as-samaa'u munfatirun bih. The heaven is about to burst with that day. The day is there, loaded in the sama. Kana wa'duhu maf'ula. And his promise will definitely be fulfilled. The day will come, this heaven will burst. إِذَا انشَقَّتِ السَّمَاءُ فَكَانَتْ وَرْدَةً كَالدِّهَانِ. We have read it in Surah Al-Rahman. إِنَّ هَذِهِ تَذْكِرَةٌ. Verily, this is the reminding. This is the admonition. فَمَنْ شَاءَ اتَّخَذَ إِلَىٰ رَبِّهِ سَبِيلًا. So whosoever wills, he can take that path towards his Lord. But there is no compulsion. La ikraha fid deen, as I quoted the ayah in the Jummah sermon today. La ikraha fid deen. Choice is yours. Imma shakiran wa imma kafura. فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. Now the second section, this is generally supposed to be one ayah. But I have been at a very great loss to understand this ayah. And I thought this cannot be one ayah revealed at one time. And thank God I got the confirmation. The book which can be regarded as the encyclopedia on Quran, Al-Itqan fi Ulum al-Quran by Jalaluddin Sayyuti. In that I found that Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma, he said that this is actually, these are two ayat or one ayah, but half of it was revealed nearly an year later than this, and the half of it was revealed about 10 years later. Now this strict prescription, at least 1/3, better half, and maybe if you can, 2/3 of the night standing. Naturally we can understand, it couldn't be kept, permanently. It's nearly impossible. So there had to be some concessions, but those concessions came gradually. After about a year, or according to some traditions, 16 months, the first part of the ayah came. Then after 10 years, and maybe after the hijrah, the rest of the ayah was revealed. Inna rabbaka ya'lamu, verily your Lord knows, annaka taqumu adna min sulusayil layli wa nisfahu wa sulusahu, that you, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, keep vigilant and standing before him nearly 2/3 of the night, or half of it, or at least 1/3 of it. And not only you, wa ta'ifatum min allazina ma'ak, and also a group from among them who are with you, your companions, who have believed in you. They are also doing it. Because there was no other prayer till that time. Only prayer during the night. But, Wallahu yuqaddiru al-layla wal-nahar. Allah has fixed the measures of the night and the day. Alima lan tuhsuhu. He knows it very well that you cannot keep it like that. It is not possible for you to continue it permanently. فَقْرَأُوا مَا تَيَسَّرَ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ. So now this, that it must be at least 1/3 of night, this is now removed from you. Whatever you can do easily. How much Quran you can recite easily, okay, continue with it. Now this was the first concession that was granted about an year or 16 months later. For a year or 16 months, this was the practice of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions. But then, the next part of the ayah, which I think was revealed 10 years later, and maybe during the Madani period. Aliman sayakunu minkum marda. Allah knows that some of you will be falling sick. Wa akharuna yadribuna fil ard, and there will be others traveling in the earth, in the land. Yabtaghuna min fadlillah, to seek the bounty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is for trading, taking caravans to Syria or to Yemen. How can during those travels you can keep this course? وَآخَرُونَ يُقَاتِلُونَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. And there will be others who will be going to fight in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So for these people it won't be possible. So, second step. فَقْرَأُوا مَا تَيَسَّرَ مِنْهُ. Okay, whatsoever is possible during the night, you read, you recite. But now the emphasis is on other thing. What is that other thing? وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ. Establish these 5 prayers. Stick to them. That is the badal of it. In lieu of that, أَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ وَأَقْرِضُوا اللَّهَ قَرْضًا حَسَنًا. And go on giving Allah the goodly loan. Spend in His way. Spend in His cause. وَمَا تُقَدِّمُوا لِأَنفُسِكُم مِّنْ خَيْرٍ. And whatsoever you will send for yourselves from khair, whatever good you send before you, whatever you have spent in this world, it is as if you have sent it for yourself for the hereafter. If some of the politicians of Pakistan, they have their bank deposits in America, so they will come very easily here. If they say, go out from Pakistan, okay, Salaam alaikum, we are going. No worry. We have a lot there. So whosoever has deposited his money in the divine bank, if death comes to him, will he be worried? I am going where my wealth is. That's waiting for me. وَمَا تُقَدِّمُوا لِأَنفُسِكُم مِّنْ خَيْرٍ تَجِدُوهُ عِندَ اللَّهِ. You will find it there with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. هُوَ خَيْرًا وَأَعْظَمَ أَجْرًا. Not only in the original form that you sent, much better form. And very great in recompense and reward. Wastaghfirullah. And keep asking the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inna Allah ghafurur rahim. Verily, Allah is forgiving, merciful. Now, Al-MUDASSIR. The first 7 ayat, they are the 4th wahi. About 20 years or 25 years back, I took pains to discover, this sequence. What are the different opinions of these early revelations. What is the sequence? So mostly this is agreed upon, what I am telling you. The first is 5 ayat of Surah Al-Alaq. The second is then 9 ayat of, or 7 ayat of Surah Al-Noon or Surah Al-Qalam. And then the third, 10 ayat of Surah Al-MUZAMIL. And then 7 ayat of Surah Mudassir. And then Surah Al-Fatiha. 7 ayat of Surah Al-Fatiha. That's the fifth wahi. And that's the first full surah revealed to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Otherwise, before that, these are the ayat included in longer surahs. So out of these 7, these first 3 are most important regarding the seerah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ya ayyuhal mudassir. Oh, the one who is lying wrapped up in his garment. Hum. Gird up your loins. Now stand up. Fa'anzir. And start warning. This inzar is the starting point of the prophetic mission. People, O mankind, remember, you have another life, and that is the real life. You will be resurrected. And this life is only a testing period. خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ وَالْحَيَاةَ لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. The results will be given to you in that eternal life of the hereafter. This is the point from which the call of the Prophet starts. فَأَنزِرْ. Then after some days, وَأَنزِرْ عَشِيرَتَكَ الْأَقْرَبِينَ. Warn your close relatives. But this is starting point. Now if people respond to it, some people say, okay, we believe in it. We believe in you. We believe in the resurrection. We believe that that is the real life. We believe in our Lord, that He is alone. Then something next would be said. And what is that? And that is the goal of this struggle. وَرَبَّكَ فَكَبِّرْ. And magnify your Lord. What does it mean? This is the goal. You have to establish the supremacy of divine rule of this earth. The starting point and the goal, both must be clear. Between these 2 points, a straight path, straight line. But you have to have the starting point and the goal, final goal, where you have to go. Not only preaching and preaching and preaching and saying sermons and saying sermons and saying sermons. No. Going on purifying. Generations after generations, purification going on. No. It has to be oriented towards the revolution. It has to be oriented to change the system of falsehood, system of taghut, system of batil, uproot it and establish the system of haqq, the divine rule on earth, the kingdom of heaven on earth. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heavens. This is the goal. In between we have the seerah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And that is the methodology. If you want to see how, starting from inzar and reaching that point where Ja'al haqq wa zahaqal batil. Batil has disappeared. And the rule of Allah in the whole of the Arabian Peninsula is established. What is the methodology for that? For that you have to turn to the seerah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. And you have to follow it. So, Ya ayyuhal mudassir, oh you who are lying wrapped up in your clothes, fanzir, stand up and start warning people. Rabbaka fakabbir, and proceed towards the goal of magnification of your Lord, so that He becomes supreme. Yakuna deenu kulluhu lillah. The whole deen comes under Him. The whole system of life comes under Him. وَسَيَابَكَ فَطَهِّرْ. And you should also purify your clothings, garments. وَالرُّجْزَ فَهْجُرْ, and shun all uncleanliness. وَلَا تَمْنُنْ تَسْتَكْثِرْ, and don't show favor to get a bigger reward. But Maulana Islahi has translated it, don't give up your struggle. You will have great results. Maybe in the beginning you feel frustrated. Nobody is listening to me. Nobody is accepting my dawah, my call. Maybe in the beginning. But don't get frustrated. Don't give up the struggle. Twice he called Bani Hashim, and to a feast. All the people gathered. They took the meals. But when he stood to say something, they laughed, hooted, went away. They even didn't allow him to say something. An utter failure. But don't be disheartened. After a few days again, now the people thought we have taken twice meals here. So now we should at least listen to what he says. But what he said, the result was the whole, congregation silent, absolutely silent. Not a single voice proclaiming acceptance, except of Ali, a boy of about 13 years. He had already accepted Iman. He stands up and said, although I am the youngest here, although my legs are very weak, although my eyes are also sore, but I will help you. And the whole congregation burst into laughter. This person is going to change the system, and this is his helper. He had to take it. Failure after failure. When the command came, فَاصْدَعْ بِمَا تُؤْمَرْ, he mounted the hillock of Safa, called the people. But when he said his message, presented, his uncle says from the audience, تَبًّا لَكَ لِهَذَا جَمَعْتَنَا, woe to you, you had gathered us for this purpose. Not a single person accepted. But O Muhammad, don't give up. وَلَا تَمْنُنْ تَسْتَكْثِرْ, a time will come that you will get the results and rewards. وَلِرَبِّكَ فَاصْبِرْ, and have patience, show perseverance, steadfast. فَإِذَا نُقِرَ فِي النَّاقُورِ, for when the trumpet would be sounded, ذَلِكَ يَوْمَئِذٍ يَوْمٌ عَصِيرٌ, that day it will be a very hard day. يَوْمًا يَجْعَلُ الْوِلْدَانَ شِيبًا, we have read in Surah Al-MUZAMIL. عَلَى الْكَافِرِينَ غَيْرُ يَسِيرٌ, and for the disbelievers it won't be easy. ذَرْنِي وَمَنْ خَلَقْتُ وَحِيدًا, now leave me alone, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, to deal with the person whom I have created lonely. Two meanings. I have alone created him. Did nobody except joined hands with me to create him. And the other is that he was alone. He was the only son of his parents. This is actually Walid ibn Mughira. He was a big chief of Quraysh, father of Khalid ibn Walid. Khalid ibn Walid, and he is Walid ibn Mughira. And he had great property in Makkah as well as Taif. He owned many gardens in Taif. Very rich person. And this person came very close to Iman. He had understood fully that this kalam, this word that Muhammad is conveying us, is not his own, it is divine. But when he looked back, oh, my people, my nation, my tribe, then I'll be cut off from them. Then he held back. So on that, the wrath of Allah will appear here. ذَرْنِي وَمَنْ خَلَقْتُ وَحِيدًا, leave me and that person whom I have created as the only son of his parents. وَجَعَلْتُ لَهُ مَالًا مَمْدُودًا, and I have given him much riches and much wealth spread out. It is in Makkah, it is in Taif. وَبَنِينَ شُهُودًا, and I have given him sons who are before him present. Now this word, you can very well appreciate. Many parents in Pakistan, they long to see their sons who have been exported to America. Many die, can't see their sons. But a person whose sons are with him before his eyes, he is a very lucky person. He doesn't have to export his sons anywhere to earn some dinars from Kuwait or from Abu Dhabi or Dubai or from America, dollars. No. Only a rich person could afford that his sons, they are present before him. Banina shuhuda, not absent from his sight. وَمَهَّدْتُ لَهُ تَمْهِيدًا, and I smooth for him everything completely, agreeable, comfortable. ثُمَّ يَطْمَعُ أَنْ أَزِيدَ, then he wishes that I should give him more. Kalla, no, that's the end of it. إِنَّهُ كَانَ لِآيَاتِنَا عَنِيدًا, in the long run he has proved to be opponent to our revelations. سَأُرْهِقُهُ صَعُودًا, soon I shall afflict him through a hard ascent. إِنَّهُ فَكَّرَ وَقَدَّرَ, surely he reflected and estimated what will happen if I accept. My people will leave me. This position that I hold, that will be gone. There may be a boycott. إِنَّهُ فَكَّرَ وَقَدَّرَ, he thought and estimated. فَقُتِلَ كَيْفَ قَدَّرَ, he be killed. How he estimated. ثُمَّ قُتِلَ كَيْفَ قَدَّرَ, again, let him perish. How he determined and estimated. ثُمَّ نَظَرَ, then he looked. ثُمَّ عَبَسَ وَبَصَرَ, then he frowned and scowled to show people as if he is in deep contemplation. ثُمَّ أَدْبَرَ وَاسْتَكْبَرَ, then he turned back and showed arrogance. فَقَالَ, and then he said, إِنْ هَذَا إِلَّا سِحْرٌ يُؤْثَرُ, this Quran is nothing. What Muhammad is presenting as revelation from Allah is nothing but sorcery, which is coming from ancient times, Yusar, from the older generation it is coming. In hadha illa qawlul bashar, it is nothing but the saying of a man, not divine. There he retreated. किस्मत की खूबी देखिए, टूटी कहाँ कमंद, दो चार हाथ जबकि लबे बाम रह गया. Otherwise, his people asked him, do you think Muhammad is a magician? He said, no, I know many magicians. He is not a magician. He is not like them. Do you think he is a kahin, a fortune teller, soothsayer? No, no, no. I know many soothsayers and fortunes. What he is presenting is not like the sayings of soothsayers and kahins. Is he a poet? No, no, no. I can very well assess the poetry. It's not poetry, something else. Then people, they thought he's gone. But then he has the second thought. He came back. فَقَالَ إِنْ هَذَا إِلَّا سِحْرٌ يُؤْثَرُ إِنْ هَذَا إِلَّا قَوْلُ الْبَشَرِ سَأُصْلِيهِ سَقَرَ, I shall make him enter, cast him into the scorching fire. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا سَقَرَ, and what will make you realize what is this scorching fire? لَا تُبْقِي وَلَا تَذَرُ, neither let it perish nor leave it alone. ثُمَّ لَا يَمُوتُ فِيهَا وَلَا يَحْيَا, then man will not neither be alive there nor dead. لَوَّاحَةٌ لِلْبَشَرِ, it will scorch the skin. عَلَيْهَا تِسْعَةَ عَشَرَ, on that we have 19 angels. They are the guards or the keepers of that hell. Now about this 19 figure, وَمَا جَعَلْنَا أَصْحَابَ النَّارِ إِلَّا مَلَائِكَةً, and we have not posted as wardens of the hell but angels. They are not human beings. Because when this ayah was narrated and recited to the Quraysh, one of them, perhaps Nadr ibn Haris, he said, okay brothers, it's very easy. There are only 19 over there. Muhammad says, for 10 I am sufficient. For the rest of 9 you arrange. I can take on them. They are not men, they are angels. وَمَا جَعَلْنَا عِدَّتَهُمْ, and we have not disclosed their number إِلَّا فِتْنَةً لِلَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, but as a test and trial for these people who don't believe. لِيَسْتَيْقِنَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابِ, so that those people who were given the book before, they should be convinced. It appears that in Torah somewhere this figure of 19 must have appeared. That is why Allah says, لِيَسْتَيْقِنَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابِ وَيَزْدَادَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا إِيمَانًا, and it will increase those who believe in their belief and faith. Because whosoever believes, he says everything is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. كُلُّ مِنْ عِنْدِ رَبِّنَا آمَنَّا بِهِ وَلَا يَرْتَابَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ وَالْمُؤْمِنُونَ, and so that the people who were given the book and the believers should not have any doubt. وَلَا يَقُولَ الَّذِينَ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ, and so that those people in whose hearts there is a disease of nifaq or kufr, وَالْكَافِرُونَ, and the disbelievers, they should say, مَاذَا أَرَادَ اللَّهُ بِهَذَا مَثَلًا, what has Allah intended by this similitude of 19? كَذَلِكَ يُضِلُّ اللَّهُ مَن يَشَاءُ, in this very way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala leads astray whomsoever He likes, وَيَهْدِي مَن يَشَاءُ, and leads to the right path, guides to the right path whomsoever He wishes. وَمَا هِيَ إِلَّا ذِكْرَى لِلْبَشَرِ, and this is nothing but a reminding and admonition for the human beings. This ayah, I think, is not in line with the 31 ayat, the 30 ayat that we have read. Small ayat, and this lengthy ayat. I think like the second section of Surah Al-MUZAMIL, this was also revealed in Medina, added here. But then again, the same rhythm, small ayat, a very fast rhythm. Again that starts. Kalla wal qamar. Nay. And by the moon, wal layli iza adbar. And by the night when it turns its back. Was subh iza asfar. And by the dawn when it brightens. Innaha la ihdal kubar. Verily, this is one of the greatest things. Naziran lil bashar, a warner for the whole of mankind. These ayat, maybe if you consult other tafasir, you will find different views. But I am confident that these denote the advent of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Kalla wal qamar. Before his advent, the divine guidance in this world had become very less bright. There was Injil, there was Torah, but as you know, the light of moon is not very shining, not like the sun. It cannot brighten the night as the day is brightened by the sun. So that was the condition before his coming. Wal layli is adbar. And the night, it was a night. 600 years they went to make one night. Why? For 600 years, for the first time in the history of this globe, this planet, for the first time in the history of this planet, there was no prophet, no messenger of Allah on the earth. After Jesus, before Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. 600 long years. Before that, there was no single moment when a prophet or a messenger was not present. That was the Fatratul Wahi, Al-Fatratul Ula, for 600 years. And then came Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this was a night. Regarding this institution of prophethood and messengerhood, it was like a night. No messenger, no prophet. But then was subh iza asfar. Then the sun of the prophethood of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it arose and it brightened. Just as the sun brightens the the earth. Innaha la'ihdal kubar. And this is one of the biggest things. The advent of Muhammad is not something small, something simple. The final messenger, the final prophet, on whom the deen is going to be perfected, who will make the deen of Allah supreme actually. Because at this time we are just in the beginning of the wahi. This is the fourth wahi which we are reading. So it was going to be a prophecy. At that time Allah is saying, don't take it lightly. The advent of Muhammad in the la'ihdal kubar. It is one of the greatest things, one of the greatest events of this universe. Naziran lil bashar. And now he has come as a warner. The same word. Qum fa'anzir. For the whole mankind. Liman sha'a minkum an yataqaddama wa yata'akhkhar. For whoever wants, desires among you to go ahead or be left behind. Come forward, accept Muhammad, or keep behind. Then you will be deprived. Kullu nafsin bima kasabat rahina. Every soul shall be in pledge for what it has earned. Hostage against our deeds. You are a hostage against what you have earned in the world. Illa ashab al-yameen, except those to whom their record will be given in their right hands. Fi jannat, they will be in the gardens. Yatasa'aluna anil mujrimeen, and they'll be asking about the guilty, those who will be in the hell. Ma salakakum fi saqar. What was the cause? What did lead you to this scorching fire? Why are you have been thrown in this fire? And they will say, Qalu lam naku minal musallin. We were not from among those who prayed. Walam naku nut'imul miskeen. And we didn't feed the needy. We never gave any alms. Wa kunna nakhudu ma'al khaidin. And we kept busy in vain talk with the vain talkers. We never took it seriously. What Muhammad was saying, we never took it seriously. وَكُنَّا نُكَذِّبُ بِيَوْمِ الدِّينِ. And we kept repudiating and belie the day of judgment. We said, no resurrection. Hayhata lima tu'adun. Impossible, impossible. How can we be resurrected? When we shall all die and we shall be reduced to bones and sand and earth and nothing else. Dust thou art, to dust return dust. How can we be resurrected? Kunna nukazzibu bi yawmiddin hatta ata'ana al-yaqeen. Till that time that sure thing came to us, that is death. فَمَا تَنْفَعُهُمْ شَفَاعَةُ الشَّافِعِينَ. So now, no intercession of the intercessors is going to avail them anything. فَمَا لَهُمْ عَنِ التَّذْكِرَةِ مُعْرِضِينَ. But what has happened to them? Why are they turning away from the admonition? Muhammad is calling them. Why are they turning away? كَأَنَّهُمْ حُمُرٌ مُسْتَنْفِرَةٌ. As if they are the startled donkeys. And to me come the scene, the startled zebras when they run. If they see farrat min qaswara, if they feel some lion is coming, and then they run, You must have seen that scene in the pictures regarding these woods of Congo and etc. They run like anything. So why are they running away from this reminding? As if they are the startled zebras or donkeys fleeing from a lion, farrat min qaswara. Bal yuridu kullu imri'in minhum an yu'ta suhufan munashshara. Nay, but every one of them wants to be given scrolls spread out. It was their saying, why this Quran has been sent to Muhammad alone? If Allah wanted to send us a message, He could have sent a book to each one of us. Couldn't He do it? Then He could do it. Nobody can say that He could not do it. He can do anything. But he chose this way. He said, we should have been given scrolls open so that we could read it. Maybe one fine morning, everybody found a scroll under his, pillow. And if it happened to all of the people, well, they were sure that something has come from some unseen world. But no, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent his message to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and deputed him to convey the message. Kalla balla yakhafun al-akhirah. Not at all. Actually, the reason is that they don't fear the day of judgment and the life of hereafter. Had they even an iota of that fear, they would have thought, they would have pondered deeply, they would have contemplated. But because they don't believe, no resurrection. This is the life. Eat, drink, and be merry. Namutu wa nahya wa ma yuhlikuna illa dahr. We live ourselves, we die ourselves. And nothing makes us die except the time. That's all. No God that he keeps us alive and he will cause us to die. No. Kalla innahu tazkira. Not at all. This is only a reminding. This is only an admonition. I have explained it several times that the basic knowledge of Allah and the basic love of Allah is within our hearts. It is present in the ruh. Ruh has come from Allah. Holy ruh min amri Rabbi. It's not from this material world. Our body, it is from the material world. It has come from the clay and it will go to clay again. But ruh has come from Allah. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Our spirits are not going to be buried with us. It will go, return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Quran has come only to activate your ruh, this dormant consciousness within you. Quran activates it. And that is tazkira, yaad dehani. Kalla innahu tazkira, faman sha'a zakara. Whosoever wishes, he can avail of this admonition. He can benefit from this reminding. He can get reminded. وَمَا يَذْكُرُونَ إِلَّا أَن يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ. But they will not be able to get reminded. But if Allah wants, if Allah permits, for every action here in this world, there are two components. I decided to lift this cup. I could not do it without the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Somebody tries something bad for me. He cannot do anything bad for me unless there is permission from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You aim at me, but the bullet will miss me if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't want me to die. You might be a very expert. Your aim might be very good, but no, it won't touch me. So for everything, the decision to do something is ours. But to be able to do it, actually, it requires the permission and help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَا يَذْكُرُونَ إِلَّا أَن يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ. They can't benefit from it, except if Allah wants and wishes. هُوَ أَهْلُ التَّقْوَى وَأَهْلُ الْمَغْفِرَةِ. He is worthy of fear and worthy of forgiveness. Now, Surah Al-Qiyamah. Now, please remember that after these Surah Al-MUZAMIL, Surah Al-MUDASSIR, they are a pair. Now, till the end of Quran, all the surahs are in pairs. This grouping is three, a subgroup of three that has happened. But now all the surahs are in pairs. Al-Qiyamah. Now, this surah is very unique in its style. It is as if, there is an orator and he is delivering an oration. And the real, essence of this surah only comes out when you recite it as an orator. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. La uqsimu bihad yawm al-qiyamah. Nay, I swear by the day of resurrection. You think it is impossible? I swear by it. It is going to come. وَلَا أُقْسِمُ بِالنَّفْسِ اللَّوَّامَةِ. Nay, I swear by the self-reproaching soul within you, the conscience which bites you. When you do something wrong, there's something within you. You yourself say, my conscience is biting me. Don't you say? What is this conscience? This is a sign that you are responsible, you are accountable, and some reward will come to you. Some punishment will come to you. This is the proof of resurrection within you. وَفِي أَنفُسِكُمْ أَفَلَا تُبْصِرُونَ. أَيَحْسَبُ الْإِنسَانُ أَن لَّن نَّجْمَعَ عِظَامَهُ. Does man think that we will not be able to gather his bones when he is dead and disintegrated? Bala, why not? قَادِرِينَ عَلَىٰ أَن نُّسَوِّيَ بَنَانَهُ. We are fully capable of restoring his very fingertips. بَلْ يُرِيدُ الْإِنسَانُ لِيَفْجُرَ أَمَامَهُ. The real cause is that this man wants to continue evil, go on sinning in this life in front of him. يَسْأَلُ أَيَّانَ يَوْمُ الْقِيَامَةِ. He asks very haughtily, okay, when will this day of judgment come? Tell us if you are true. فَإِذَا بَرِقَ الْبَصَرُ. But when the sight will be dazed, وَخَسَفَ الْقَمَرُ, and the moon will be eclipsed, وَجُمِعَ الشَّمْسُ وَالْقَمَرُ, and the moon and the sun will be joined together. This moon will go into the sun. يَقُولُ الْإِنسَانُ يَوْمَئِذٍ أَنَا الْمَفَرُ. That day this man will say, is there any place to run? Is there any place to hide? كَلَّا لَا وَزَرَ. And it will be told, no, there is no place of refuge. إِلَىٰ رَبِّكَ يَوْمَئِذٍ الْمُسْتَقَرُّ. There is only one place, and that is with your Lord. You have to go to Him. You have to stand before Him. يُنَبَّأُ الْإِنسَانُ يَوْمَئِذٍ بِمَا قَدَّمَ وَأَخَّرَ. And every human being will be told on that day what he sent before coming to that and what he left behind. These are the two aspects of human deeds. We are doing something good, bad, and we are sending it. It's going on continuously and being recorded over there till our death. But when we depart from here, we leave behind something, either good or bad. If you started some good institution, it is working after you. After you have gone, it is working, benefiting people. You will get the credits. You will go on getting the credit. So this is akhar. Qaddama wa akhara. What he sent before and what he left behind. Balil insanu ala nafsihi basira. But actually, no man will need to be told what he has done. He himself knows where he stands. Every insan is an evidence against himself. He knows himself. وَلَوْ أَلْقَى مَعَاذِيرًا. Even though he is to put up his excuses and explanations and rationalization, but in the heart of his heart, something says, you are telling a lie. You have quietened these people by giving explanations and rationalizing, I did this because of this, and that was the reason, not this was the intention. Okay, people are quietened, but still something in yourself, you are telling a lie. And this is it. بَلِ الْإِنسَانُ عَلَىٰ نَفْسِهِ بَصِيرَةٌ وَلَوْ أَلْقَىٰ مَعَاذِيرًا. لَا تُحَرِّكْ بِهِ لِسَانَكَ لِتَعْجَلَ بِهِ. O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, don't move your tongue hastily so as to remember this Quran hastily. Inna alayna jam'ahu wa Qur'ana. It's our responsibility. We shall gather it in your chest or heart. It's upon us, the collecting thereof and the reciting thereof. The sequence we shall fix. The sequence of revelation is different. The sequence of compilation is different. So we will give you the sequence of compilation. فَإِذَا قَرَأْنَاهُ فَاتَّبِعْ قُرْآنَهُ. And when we fix that sequence and recite, then follow you the reciting thereof. Then you have to follow that, not of the sequence of the revelation. Summa inna alayna bayana, then it's also upon us, our duty, to explain it. This explanation came in two ways, either in Quran itself. Something was revealed and then there were questions from the companions of the Prophet, then Allah sent another ayah to explain that. Yastaftunak, twice in Surah An-Nisa we have Yastaftunak. These people are asking you about that. So Allah makes it more clear. So there is ayat, either Quran or the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. لِتُبَيِّنَ لِلنَّاسِ مَا نُزِّلَ إِلَيْهِمْ إِنَّا نَزَّلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الذِّكْرَ لِتُبَيِّنَ لِلنَّاسِ مَا نُزِّلَ إِلَيْهِمْ. We have sent this zikr for the humanity, for mankind, but on you, so that you explain it to the people. كَلَّا بَلْ تُحِبُّونَ الْعَاجِلَةَ. Nay, O people, O mankind, your real disease is that you love this life, which is ajila, which is present. The gain of this life you feel, palpable. The loss, palpable, you feel. You are only thinking about this life. You love this life. وَتَذَرُونَ الْآخِرَةَ, and you have given away the hereafter. You never think about the hereafter. وُجُوهٌ يَوْمَئِذٍ نَاظِرَةٌ. Many faces on that day of judgment, day of resurrection, will be fresh and radiant, shining. إِلَىٰ رَبِّهَا نَاظِرَةٌ. And they will be looking towards their Lord. May Allah include us among them. وَوُجُوهٌ يَوْمَئِذٍ بَاسِرَةٌ. And many faces on that day will be gloomy. تَظُنُّ أَن يُفْعَلَ بِهَا فَاقِرَةٌ. And they will be thinking that now some back-breaking treatment will be done to them. بارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعني وإياكم بالآيات والذكر الحكيم.